Okay, so welcome to today's practice. We're going to be working with the energy routine, which some of you might know comes from Donna Eden's work, and it's a set of kind of exercises and subtle movements that really allow more of our subtle energy field to be flowing in a much more coherent manner. It's something that I do every day, along with meditation. It's just a nice way to stay in check with our, the more subtle energy and how it really affects our mental and emotional state, but it also affects our physical being as well. So it's quite a helpful thing to do, and I look forward to sharing it here. Then we will do some types of kind of sun salutation type movement, just to really, again, continue to move the physical energy before we come into a meditation, which will be a little more about around self-reflection, maybe pinpointing something that's going on in your life and how to work with it and transform it and find more of this neutral place within, which is quite exciting. So again, if you'd like to join me, stay here, it's going to be fun. Otherwise, feel free to go into another class. And we'll start in a nice seated position. So your comfortable seat, that might be propping the hips, it might be cross-legged, might be sitting up on your heels, whatever works. And start off at a little movement to roll out through your shoulders. This is always just a way of releasing any of the tension you might be holding up in the neck and the shoulders here. To start to bring more awareness and attention to the expansion of your breath. And really, the incredible gift of the breath as it moves and just keeps us in a sense of coherence and balance. If it's comfortable, you can close down the eyes or just soften your gaze towards the floor. And then starting to notice the movement of breath. The simplistic joy of just breathing, just being here in your body. And you might just think of bringing attention to slightly extending the length of your exhalation. Feel that expanding, breathing in, filling up, and then can you slow the exhale down? And so you're just bringing your focus or your conscious attention to your exhale. You still want your attention to be on your inhale, but I want you to really focus on seeing if you can slowly exhale down without force or dragging it out. But just as your attention's there, notice, does it slow down? Does your body start to down-regulate and soften? Can you use your breath as a tool of bringing yourself into center, into this kind of neutral space? And in neutral space, it's not numb, it's not disconnected, it's very connected, it's very heartfelt. Where we feel and sense our connection to the greater world, a place of wholeness and balance. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And then taking 1 more full breath. Beautiful. Opening your eyes, maybe just rolling out those shoulders. Okay, so the energy routine itself is about anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, and as I go through explaining, it can take a little longer. And so as you go through each kind of exercise or movement here, you really want to stay in connection with your breath, your tempo, your pace. And what's nice with this type of energy work can be breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now you don't have to do that the whole time, but maybe just a few rounds if you start to kind of get lightheaded or whatever it is, and just finding your regular breath. But it's this process of kind of cleansing or letting go as we go through these different things. So our first one, most of us will know, is the 4 tapping points, also called the 4 thumbs according to Donna Eden's energy medicine. So we start off right underneath the eyes, and we're just going to tap here. And the tapping especially is really nice with the inhale and sigh, exhale. And just finding the pressure that feels right for you. Second point, down under the collarbones. So you find the parts in the center that stick up, drop out at an angle, that fleshy part. You can bring the fingers together and then tap in here. So a really good one if you're feeling a lot of overwhelm or stress. This is a nice one to just kind of move that energy through. And again, they are working with your subtle energy, so we experience the changes on that subtle level. And when I talk about training kind of internal awareness or self-awareness, this means that you're more attuned to the subtle sensations. You can start to feel that change and really operate from this place of listening to the body's wisdom. Okay, third point, on the thymus vein, starting down the center, that here, finding where it feels logical for you. You can use both hands, or just one. This is our central meridian. It's in the center of it, not at the end of it this time, but kind of the center of the being. It's a powerful one for the immune response. We start to feel any of those symptoms coming on. And just tap it from here. Among other things, it's a nice one to do every day. Beautiful. Fourth point here, out on the end of the spleen meridian. So if you're wearing a bra, it's kind of under the bra line. If you're not, it's about nipples and in a line there and out to the side. And then tapping like this. As I mentioned, you can tap with your elbows bent. You might cross over like you're giving yourself a hug. If you can't reach in any of those ways, just take one side. It does have the effect of mirroring to both. Very much up to you. Again, each time you come into the movement and you sink into your breath rhythm, notice how that feels, the kind of humming that it starts to create in the body. Can it be quite soothing? Beautiful. Let that go and shake out the hands. And then rub the hands together and shake them out. I suppose we move on to each exercise. So this time, taking one hand across the opposite shoulder and bringing it down. Other side, bringing it down. So you're keeping in contact with the body. If that doesn't feel right, you can do this just kind of hovering the hands off the body. Or if you want a little more, as you bring your hand over, you pull down into your shoulder, like this, releasing the tension from the shoulder, and then let that hand cross over to the opposite hip. So you pull down to the shoulder and down. Imagine it's like a little self massage, just releasing any of that tension out of your shoulder as well. Ideally, actually want to do this to the back, that's be another human. So we're doing it ourselves. Do more like that. Cool. And then we'll stand up for the next one. Come on up. This is our cross crawl action, so it's just like walking, but a little bit more overemphasized. As you lift one knee, opposite hand, opposite knee, and then switch change. Switch change. Really helpful to bring us back online to this coherent state. And really, whenever we're in kind of a stress state or a negative emotional state, not that there's anything wrong with negative emotions, it's just that we tend to lose a lot of our vitality and life force when this is happening, or we spiral into a lot of thought form. And just something as simple as a cross crawl action starts to harmonize our body and system once again. So we have the capacity to respond to life rather than to react. So it's very powerful in that sense. If you do more like this, you can even take it a little bit more extreme and cross elbow over to knee, if you'd like to. Hit this head freaking like me. Cool. Let that one go. Come back down to your seat. Now this next one is known as the wave foot posture, and can be a little bit easier on a chair, but we can do it here as well. So one leg comes out and the other foot crosses over. Okay, now the leg that's extended long, I'm going to take that hand, place it on my ankle. My other hand crosses over the top and takes hold of the foot. So always looking, I want him to cross over the hemispheres. Now with the breath, we go inhale, lift up, and exhale, like we're releasing. And this one is known for descrambling our minds, especially if you're trying to learn, to take in information, or you want to talk and actually share information. This can be really helpful. Also works with a lot of emotional intensity sometimes, if you're finding it hard to find your words and your place in the situation. Really nice one. Beautiful, then change sides, so other leg comes out, cross over. Same hand with the extended leg, I take to the ankle, other hand crosses over. Make sure when you look down, you've got to cross with your hands. Big inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale. And really stay with your breath. One more breath. Releasing from there. Bring your legs out long, just cross them. Pick up the hands. We seal this off with what's known as a cathedral. So I bring my fingers together and the thumbs just resting that space of the third eye. We'll bring the fingers together like you're placing them just above your eyebrows, and then trace along the eyebrow line, drawing it off, bring it up and over your ears, all the way down the back of the neck and down to the chest. And then just shake off the hands. Okay, this next one is the crown pull. So here we're trying to, imagine you're trying to bring more blood up to the brain, kind of open up the clarity. So my fingers are coming into the middle of my forehead. I'm going to press down and imagine I'm pulling open. And really think about you're creating space, a little bit of imagination. So I press down to the crown of the head and I pull apart. Press down, pull apart, press down, pull apart. I'm going all the way back over my head. You can drag your fingers down a little more. It's not doing so because I'll pull all my hair out. Still effective. And then right into the back of the neck, pressing into my fingers, pull apart. And again, I'm going to let my hands slide down to the chest. And then shake it out. Okay, this next one we're going to do standing up as well. So this one is our neurolymphatic points. So we have these points all over the body, which love a little bit of a self-massage. And it really keeps the lymph moving, which yoga does as well. But it's such a good process of self-massage to keep the body really healthy. So our physical body and our vitality all in check. So starting off, just going to wear an tapping point up on the collarbones here, and you're going to start to massage. Now each point doesn't have to be exact. You're kind of just following the lines and curves of your own body, and it's about kind of 5 to 10 seconds on each point. And then we're going to move out a little wider, so you're coming under the line of the collarbones. Sitting here. I'm going to take one side. So I've got the crease here of my shirt, and I'm just massaging into here. Now this one gets known as a sore spot. A lot of times, a lot of energy or this lymph gets kind of stuck and stagnant here, and by massaging it, you're just letting that flow happen. The things and toxins don't get stuck in our body. It's a way of really rinsing out. Yeah. Other side. Sometimes it might just be sore from particular types of exercise. It's different, but also it does like a little bit of massage to keep things moving as well. So it's a double win, really. Cool. Then we come back to the center. So we were on the central meridian. I'm going to start massaging here, and I'm going all the way down the sternum, so the front of the chest bone. Now again, this is somewhere where it can feel really tender and sensitive. So you don't want to push too hard, but you do want to work with it. If there are tender spots, it actually is a sign that you want a little bit more work around here. Once you've gone down as far as you can, we're going to come up again, and this time it's like going down either side. So in between the ribs, either side. On the way down, coming around to the side, now coming under, obviously being a female, I'm going under the chest, and now you're kind of working into the different ribs here. Right down to you get to the bottom of your rib cage, and now I can't do this while talking, but you can start to walk your fingers just under the base of the rib cage. Be really mindful and very gentle as you do this. So I'll show, but I can't talk. Okay, so all around the diaphragm, you can feel a little bit sensitive again, easing in with it. Cool. Then dropping down, find your belly button, come up just from your belly button and out to the side. So there's 2 points here. And this whole time, keeping the rhythm of your breath and observing which parts are sensitive. And this can change day to day. Then we come to the belly button, and now you're in line with the belly button, out to the side. Beautiful. And then from the belly button, come down slightly in between here and the pelvic bone, and we go out to the side again, 2 points there. Little massage. Then the bladder point, so find the top of the bladder bone, the pelvic bone, and just little massage there. Yep. And then out to the side, so finding the hips, and we come down the outside line of the legs. You're just walking down those points. So imagine you're kind of walking down the IT band. This actually all corresponds to the large intestine, down the side. And then up from the inside of the thigh, we walk down once again, and this here corresponds to the small intestine. Not the blue intestine for here, so it corresponds. Beautiful. And then rub your hands together and shake it all up, and give your legs a little shake. Beautiful. Okay, we'll stay standing. So now we're going to do the hook up. You bring your middle finger. We've done this a lot in classes if you've been with me. So into the belly button, and I'm pressing in, and I'm drawing up. Other finger, middle finger, comes to the space in between the two eyebrows, or of course known as that third eye point. Pressing in and drawing up. And now taking a few rounds of breath. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you might notice that you either yawn or sigh, or your breath changes. This is an indication that you have actually hooked up. And you might ask, what are you trying to hook up? Well, the idea is that you're hooking your central and governing meridian, or the lower and upper parts of your body. So if nothing is happening, you're just going to take 2 more full breaths here. It gives it enough time, it is doing it. Remembering that it is very subtle, so if you're not used to feeling the subtleties, it takes time to train that. And then when you're ready, release that from there. That's getting in the habit of just kind of shaking the hands out. So shaking that off, and we move to the next one. Now I'll come into what is known as connecting heaven and earth. Like this one. Very nice grounded exercise. This is really nice outside actually on the earth. So rubbing the hands, bring them down onto the thighs. Take a nice in-breath, bring your hands to heart center. Exhale here. Then with your inhale, reach one arm up, one arm down beside you. Press through the palms, look up, inhale. And then exhale, bring hands into heart center. So maybe rather than heaven and earth, you can think of connecting. It's like Father Sky and Mother Earth. You're bringing in those energies, inhale. And then exhale, bring them into your center, into your heart center. So it's this integrated kind of coherent force. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale through center. One more each side. This time as you come through, bend the knees, fold forward, let your arms hang. So I'm not on my deepest forward fold. I want to keep my arms hanging heavy. And just a moment, maybe a little bounce, keep a bend in those knees. And then to come up, we're going to trace a big figure of eights. Really amazing for the energy field, the energy of these figure of eights. So I'm tracing them nice and big, like I'm tracing them all the way up the body. An incredibly easy way to find a lot of coherence and healing within the system. Bring your arms up overhead, bring backs of the hands together, reach and lengthen through your body. And then float the hands down beside you. Wow, check that out. Hands together. Well done. This is the Celtic way, you also notice kind of expanding your aura. Hands come up beside the ears. Take a moment. Lift your elbows, draw your elbows together. Cross your arms over each other. Sweep them out, open and expand the chest. Cross your hands over the body. And now sweep them back behind you as you fold forward. Like you're scooping up energy behind you. Bring your hands down. Cross the arms over. Take them back up. Again, imagining you're scooping something up. Lift, if you can imagine it. It's nice, healing white light. And then drawing it over the body. And as you do this, it's like you're like buffing the space around you. Imagining you're creating more space around you, like your personal bubble. Yeah, and you're healing it all up and making it nice and strong. just kind of looks like a weird little dance. Yeah, you're buffing it out. You're making your personal field nice and strong and protected for you to exist in right here. Yep, and then shake it out. With the hands, and we're going to finish it by zipping everything up. Yep. So take one hand just to that pelvic bone, you trace it all the way up, bring it to the bottom lip, and you can imagine like you're locking yourself in. All as good as you like a little key, throw it away. Take the other hand, and it's like it's coming just to the buttocks here. You trace it up like you're putting on a wetsuit. Bring the hand over, bring it all the way over the head, right to the top of the lip, and then release. And then we finish off by tracing these nice big hearts. And this relates to the energy system known as the radiant circuits, or the strange flows, as it sometimes gets called, which is like all of the, think about spontaneous joy. It's created with this energy system. So we can enhance that by actually just tracing big hearts. And it just kind of feels really fun. Beautiful. Okay, so that's our full energy routine. Now take a moment just to find your Tadasana. So bending your knees, bring your palms forward, roll your shoulders back, and maybe close down the eyes or soften your gaze. And feeling your connection, or the connection of your feet to your mat or to the earth, wherever you are. And really tune in. How does your body feel? And it might feel irritated, but just observing that. Why is that there? And you might pose the question, but you may just like to observe and notice without trying to judge or change it. See if you can stay in the body's experience without trying to manipulate or control it. And start to bring it more about the physical sensations than any of these stories or the kind of mind chatter that might be going on. Can you notice the physical sensations in your body? You might allow yourself to rock forward and back for a few moments to find center with your feet. Can you feel really grounded? It may be that you want to walk your feet out a little bit more, change your stance. Take a nice full inhale through the nose. Sigh out the mouth. We're going to use our sun salutations now to take all this energy we've created and cultivated, to then start to move it more through our physical being. Okay, so we'll start with some lunges. If you'd like a blanket for your back knee, feel free to set that up. Keeping your awareness and attention internal and with your breath as you move, and on those subtle sensations. Big inhale, arms reach. As you exhale, hands can come through the midline and fold. Then the hands come to the shins, find that halfway lift. Bend your knees, plant the hands, step your right foot back. Right knee can come to the floor, arms reach up, low lunge. Now really imagine you're moving from your center, find that lift and length and this feeling of lightness. Exhale, the hands come down, step for downward facing dog. And take a moment to arrive into this shape. Enjoy this shape. Feel your breath, enjoy the movement of your body, the sensations as you stretch the back chain of your body. You might hold here or even come into child's pose. Or if you're joining me, we'll ripple forward for high plank. Knees can come to the floor or feel free to lower through your chaturanga. Make your way down onto your belly. Releasing your feet, lift for that baby cobra. Feel the strength and activation starting to come into your back body. Press down through the tops of your feet. Keep awareness on your breath. Plant your hands, tuck your toes. Draw through lower belly, come up and back, downward facing dog. Right leg rises, inhale. As you gaze forward, any helping hand you need, step that right foot in between the hands. Back knee comes down, arms reach up, low lunge. Lift out of your pelvis, lengthen through your arms. With your breath, hands down, tuck the back toes, lifting up, gaze forward, step to the top of your mat. Ground down through the feet, rising up. And hands through heart center. Breathe into your breath, modify as you need. Ideally, you want to be as much as you can moving with your breath, as if the breath is initiating the movement. It becomes like a meditation. Inhale, rise up. With your breath, forward fold. Halfway lift, hands to the shins. Bending the knees to plant your hands, left leg comes back, left knee comes down, arms reach up, low lunge. Hands to the floor, frame your foot, downward facing dog. Option to be here, or we'll take it through our flow. You might take the first variation or come with me, we'll go a little further if it's in your body. High plank. Maybe you lower to your belly either through your knees or through your push-up, or you might like to work with coming halfway down, chaturanga, and then maybe transitioning onto the tops of the feet, upward facing dog. If that is not in your body, please come down for your baby cobra. And then we'll meet up and back, downward facing dog. Notice your breath, enjoy the down dog, maybe a little movement. What it's like to be in your body, to be alive, to sense that feeling of vitality. Working with your energy, finding harmony. Left leg rises, inhale. Gaze forward, step your left foot in between the hands, any support it needs to get there. Back knee down, arms reach up, inhale. Hands come down, gazing forward, step yourself, top of the mat. Forward fold. Press down through the feet and rise up. Hands through heart center. Take this again, a few little add-ons, but again, moving with your body, start to sink into that movement. So rhythm of movement, reach. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Bending the knees and plant your hands, right foot comes back. Right knee comes down and your arms reach up. Low lunge. You might like to bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, open across the chest, take a nice full breath. Release the arms, reach. Hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Option, hold your down dog or move through your rounded flow. Adapting as you need to, maybe through your low push-up, maybe to your belly. Maybe onto the tops of the feet, maybe baby cobra. Always your option to miss it out completely. Coming into downward facing dog. Right leg will reach up. Open the hips, scorpion dog if you'd like to. And you may like to explore this movement here, rolling out the ankle, rolling out through your hip, or you may like to take it all the way over into wild leg if it feels like an accessible thing for you right now. And then just as and when you're ready, stepping this right foot through. And your back knee come down once again, find your low lunge. Draw your hands down to frame your foot. An option just to stay right here, or you might start to work that leg back towards straight, just a little straighter. You may want to bring your hands up on props. Take a moment, find length in the back of your leg, but really look for and be mindful of the length of your lower back as well. Beautiful. Bend that front knee, walk the hands forward, lift up, step, top of your mat. Ground down through your feet, rise up. And hands through heart center. Staying with your breath, reach up. Keep your focus. This time of movement, fall forward. Heart lift. Bend the knees, plant your hands, left leg back, left knee down once again, reach up, low lunge, squeeze to inner thighs. Option for hands to come back, maybe opposite pinky on top, lift and lengthen. Beautiful, reach the arms up, and then hands down, step it back,
downward facing dog. Your option, maybe you stay right here, maybe child's. Or come through your flow, maybe knees down, moving through that, maybe cobra. Maybe halfway down, transition, make it yours, yeah? Downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet, enjoy the movement, notice what's coming up. Left leg rises. Scorpion dog if you'd like to explore here. Maybe you roll out through that foot, maybe circles with the knee. If you had wild thing and you want to take it here, of course, bringing it over. And then as you're ready, step that left foot through. Back knee down, arms reach up once again, low lunge. You might stay here or bring the hands down. Option to be here or just play with drawing back. This should see that you can just bring this into movement, flexing the toes, pausing and finding the length through the back of that leg. One more breath. And then sinking forward, low lunge. Let's reach the arms for a moment. Hands come to the floor. Tuck the back toes. Step forward. Folding over your legs. Ground down through the feet. Rise up. Hands through heart center. Take a moment, spread out the feet, and just give your body a little shake. And you roll out those wrists. And then take a moment, soft knees, palms forward, close the eyes or soften your gaze. And this time, scan through your body, notice how it feels. Notice if there's any difference to your mental activity, the stories that are being told, what you should be doing. What is your body saying? What sensations can you tune into? Taking 2 more breaths here. And opening your eyes and shake it out. Okay, I'm going to come back down and find our seated position that we started in. So, what we're going to do is we will start with a little bit of moving, instead of moving mountain, just bring us back into this kind of quiet seated position to come into our breath and really fine tune or rest in this more neutral space. And then we're going to move into this, it is like a meditation, but it's also for cultivating self-reflection and self-awareness. And when we do this, we're going to use a little process that I'll show you now so that when I refer to it, you know what you're doing. And it's this process that helps you to take any kind of intensity that might be happening in your life or up in your thoughts or in relationships, really anything that has a lot of intensity to it. So emotional intensity, which is generally a lot of negative intensity most of the time, that it's kind of hard to process or you end up spiraling in your mind, and it can be really challenging to move through. And what tends to happen with this is we want to control the external situation that's going on. And the majority of the time we get to a point where we're like, I can't control the external. And so then we're stuck with this very kind of thick, sort of intense feeling internally, and it's hard to process that. And really we need to be able to process this, to come back to our center, this neutral place, to then be able to kind of operate in those situations externally. So I like to think about like you're filtering it through your heart and life becomes a little bit easier. So I want to teach this process today. So if you imagine, like we did before, the figure of 8, yeah? So if you've got your hand right now, you draw a little figure of 8, okay? And get very used to what this feels like. One with your hand, and then see if you can close your eyes. Keep going with your hand, you might visualize it, you might feel it. And then see if you can stop doing it with your hand and keep that going with your mind. So you imagine you're tracing a figure of 8. Now, we're all very different in our ways of using this, so some people like to continue using the hand, depending on where I'm at. I want to use the hand sometimes in the mind is fine. And then where we're going to be doing it is, if you imagine kind of the center of the chest now, so this part here of the body, and I'm doing it vertically. So you can do this with your hands. So you imagine you're creating a figure of eight, and it's like right over the heart space, so between kind of the thymus and the throat, or the throat, sorry, heart and throat, and you're transforming or you're creating this figure of eight. And we're going to be using this when we bring these situations to mind. So take a moment, maybe close down your eyes, and just see, can you find that figure of eight? And if your mind is like, no, I can't do that, you just use your hand over this area, create it. It's so amazing. Your hand has its own electromagnetic field, just like your whole body, and it will actually influence this, which is really quite cool. It's very subtle, it's very non-invasive, and yeah, I invite you to give it a go with me. So, starting off again, make your seat comfortable now that we've got that. And we'll take a little moment of this moving mountain just to down-regulate and come back into your body. So with your breath, inhale, we'll reach the arms up. And exhale, just let your hands come down. Eyes can be closed or soft gaze. And continuing here with your breath, just for a few rounds. Take 3 more like this, or if that fits to in your practice. And once you've done that, letting your hands come down and rest on your knees. I will say, if you do feel a little cold, it would be nice to add on another layer here, or put a blanket over your shoulders. And then just noticing those sensations maybe through the arms, through the body. Start to feel the connection of your sit bones, or whatever part of your body is in contact with the floor. And with your exhalation, imagine you're releasing the weight of your body a little more to become heavier and heavier. Allowing your breath to slow right down, without force, without trying, but more this kind, loving intention to slow down, to find stillness and quiet within yourself. Taking this time to be with you. And then allow your attention to rest in your feet and your toes. Just a moment with your breath, let your attention rest in your feet. And we'll gently move that up to the ankles, maybe the outside of the ankles, spiraling around, or the inside, around the bone, the muscle, connective tissue. With your gentle breath, move the awareness up the calves, the shins, the inside of your leg, both legs as you draw up towards the knees. Moving the awareness around your knees, the outside, the inside, the knee pit. Drawing your awareness, your attention above the knees, into your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your thighs, the strong, powerful areas of your body that support you. And just allow the attention to move through your legs in the direction of your hips. Your attention come to your hips and your pelvis, or this pelvic bowl. Allow the awareness to move around the outside of your pelvis and your body. And then imagine it coming inside to the sacrum or the sacred bone. Right in between the back of your pelvis where it connects here in your lower back. And then drawing the attention up the length of your spine, through the sides of your body, as if weaving and dancing around your internal organs, the skin, the muscle, the bone, the blood, everything that makes you you in your physical form. Continue the awareness up your spine, right up to your upper back, your chest, moving beyond your belly. Allow your attention with your gentle breath come right up over your shoulders, the outside of the shoulders, the inside of this complex bone that supports you in so many ways. Allow the awareness, the attention to draw down the upper arms on both sides, towards your elbows, maybe around the elbows or inside, as if moving and observing the joint of your elbow. And down the forearms, into your wrists, a small and complex set of bones that have this incredible ability to support you on your hands. In those wrists, keep your attention here. Notice in awe of what your arms, your wrists, and your hands are able to do for you. Bring your awareness to your hands, the top of the hand, the palm, the inside of your hands. Bring your awareness all the way back up now towards your base of your neck, still in your shoulders and chest. And up the neck. How amazing. The neck that holds your head on top of your body. Circling the awareness around the neck, maybe inside your throat. And allow the attention to start to move over your face, as if discovering it for the first time. The movement of the mouth, the incredible space, the shape of your ears, moving over the cheekbones, circling around the eyes, imagining the eyes from the inside, the forehead, the crown of the head, the back of the head. Or let your awareness completely surround your whole physical body. You might start to feel the sense that your whole physical body, that your awareness is actually this energy of loving white light surrounding your body and your experience. You're keeping this feeling of awareness throughout your whole body, but now resting your attention in your heart center. Just pausing here in your heart center and noticing what it is like to fully be in your body, your experience right now, and the absolute perfection that you are. So I'm going to share this little process with you. And when first learning this, it is ideal to draw to mind just a small situation. And it might have been a really small conflict you had with another person. It might be just something you feel frustrated about. And just bringing that situation to mind, whatever it may be. So I'm going to use the example of just being frustrated with somebody else. Okay. So this is where we're going to use our figure of 8. When you've got your attention now resting on your heart center, you're in this neutral place of your being. You're going to start to make that figure of 8. And it might be with your mind, or like what I'm doing now with the hand. And it's moving vertically from the heart space up to the throat, and back to the heart, and back to the throat. And what you'll be saying or repeating just internally to yourself, or maybe out loud, that I love and accept the part of me that feels frustrated
with this person. Now you can add whatever statement you want there. So I love and accept the part of me that feels really judgmental towards this person and their stupid opinion. So using the language that makes sense for you when there is intensity around it, and you might change the statement every time. But the whole time you're doing this, you want to keep this action of the figure of 8 happening, because we're taking all of the intensity out of the situation and we're transforming it through the much more powerful energy of love that sits in your energetic heart center. So continuing on, I love and accept the part of me that is very judgmental towards people with different opinions. I love and accept the part of me that feels angry and annoyed at this person for hurting me. I love and accept the part of me that wants to get really angry. I love and accept the part of me that did get really angry at this person. I love and accept the part of me that got angry at my friend and said hurtful things. Here you might add on, I love and accept and forgive the part of me that was mean to somebody that I cared about. I love and accept and forgive the part of me that judges others when they don't hold the same views as me. I love and accept and forgive myself for not being perfect. And then just continue on. Whatever comes up for you around this situation, keep moving with your mind or with your hand through that figure of 8 until you notice it starts to change as you gently pull out some of the truth around maybe the situation for you as you rest in your body. We'll continue this process here with me today for about another 2 minutes. It is something you can continue on for as long as you need. And if you found that using the statement didn't really work, then just holding the attention in your heart space and using that figure of 8, so whether with your hand or mentally visualizing it. You might even just say, I love and accept myself. I love and accept and forgive myself for everything that I am. One more full minute here. Let's continue on where you are. Which again might just be holding the energy in your heart space. And then gently finishing off the statement that you might be on. And you really want to finish, if you've been going through a challenging situation with this, by saying, I love and accept and forgive myself for everything I did in this situation and for everything I am. I let it go now. And continue with those figure 8s or something that just to it. I accept, love, and forgive myself now. I accept, I love, and I forgive myself now.
Take a nice full breath. Inside out the mouth. And then keep a soft gaze, bringing your hands, and then just take down to the covered bone like we did before. And then you're tracing up from the central movement. Trace it up, bottom lip. Other hand, trace it up, and lip, bottom lip. Both hands, tracing it up, bottom lip, and big heart. Two more like this, big heart. Big heart. Beautiful. And a little movement from here. And then just transitioning yourself out of your seat, coming down onto your back. And you might like to bring the knees into the chest, or finding any little movement to release out from your seat, from your meditation here. And again, just noticing how you feel. It's no right or wrong. You might feel not so good. You might feel good. And either way, it's absolutely fine. Try and find that space of observing your experience here. You might like to take a happy baby or a spinal twist before we come into Shavasana. Any other movement that makes sense to you before coming into a reclined position. And like another minute, you might like to even just take that into a bridge or supported bridge to open it the other way, lengthen the front of the body. Go for it. And then as and when you're ready, allow yourself to rest in Shavasana here. So ideally, because we have been seated for the meditation, it would be nice to find a reclined position and make sure you do feel comfortable where the body can really rest and let go. And then releasing any of the conscious control of your breath. And more so allowing yourself to feel and experience the weight of your body settling into the floor. Again, this might be lying on your side of your belly or curled up more into like a fetal position of the spine or on your back. But feel comfortable lying and resting in stillness, very intentional stillness to seal this practice off. We'll be in our Shavasana for about 2 minutes. So if you can, really committing to the stillness and quiet of these 2 minutes. Whatever is moving through your body and your mind, just see if you can observe. Like the ocean, so the waves of an ocean, just observing them come in and move back out. And gently starting to bring the attention back by deepening your breath, wriggling into your fingers and your toes and taking any movement to stretch out from this position. And you may just like to stay as you are, or you might like to roll over, maybe come up to a seat. And so if you're interested, yoga is really about, and through physical asana, the physical practice, it is about cultivating more
interoception or internal awareness. And we find this through our physical body a lot of times. And then taking the practice deeper, we work with more of the subtle energy systems through meditation and through daily reflective processes, where we're able to truly listen to our own bodies, and it cultivates this sense of radical awareness, where we are living from a place of very true authenticity and our personal boundaries, and we are stepping into our personal power. So I am so passionate about this work and so grateful that you've all joined me to practice. We'll come together to close this session today, hands into heart center if you like, or just resting on the chest. Closing with a breath, take a nice full inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh out the mouth. Thank you to those who are here live and those who practice later. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And namaste.